Today, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to show you how to make a placket on a shirt and a collar. After joining your shirt like this, you get your tape measure and measure 6.5 inches from the neck. 6.5 inches from the neck. Then after, make sure before joining the front part and the behind part, you get the middle part of the front shirt, the middle part, this one, where you're going to pass when you're cutting, where the placket is going to sit. I said we measure 6.5 inches from the neck, 6.5 inches. Then after, you get your collar like this. This is our collar we are going to use. You open it. And make sure it enters like this. It enters. You make sure it enters like half an inch inside the collar. Then you bring on a machine. You go on sewing. I think you're observing. You go on sewing. Up to the end of our neck collar. After sewing, it will look like this. That's how it will look like. Now, our next step is we are going to put on our blankets on the shirt. Here are our two blankets. This one is the under blanket, and this one is going to sit. This one, the big one, is going to sit on this smaller one, like so. This one will be on this side, as you're seeing. This side. And when you're ironing your blankets, you have to make sure that there are some allowance. The allowance when you're going to sew this upper side, where the thread is going to enter. I think you're observing. how it looks like. And this one, it looks like this. Then this placket, it's going to be on this side, and this bigger one, it's going to be on this side. Now you get your placket like this. You trace where the placket is going to end. You measure half an inch from the middle, from your middle part of the shirt, like this, up to your collar, like this, half inch from the middle part. Then you get your placket like this. You change it. It's like this. You change it to look like this. Then you bring it to your machine. As I have told you, our placket looks like this. You change it. It looks like this. You change it like so. And you leave some smaller part like this one. You bring it to your machine. You sew over it and you leave some bit of small allowance for easy entry. And after you change it, like this. And now you come to your shirt. You first make it enter and mark where it's going to end. You get your scissor and cut it off, and cut this unwanted part off, like this. And you bring it back, you make it enter. Bring your shirt, and before sewing you cut here a half inch. Here we labeled a half inch, then you cut from here. You measure 6.5 from the middle collar going down, 6.5, and we measured a half inch from the middle part. We cut from 6.5, half an inch. You bring your placket, your smaller placket, you make it enter a half inch where you labeled with your chalk, like so. When you're sewing your placket, make sure you don't start from the starting point. You leave like half an inch from your starting point. Like this, half an inch from the collar. You leave some space up from your collar. You start from a half inch below it. As you're watching, don't forget to subscribe on my YouTube channel. Then after you change your shirt like this, and you sew again the part which you left up from your collar, this part up. After, it will look like this one. It will look like so. Now after that, you get your another placket. This one, the same thing we did to the other smaller placket is the same thing we are going to do on this one. It's like this, and then you interchange it to look like this. You leave some smaller space this side for easy changing it to go back to its normal. Then you come, you leave some space up, like half an inch. Then after, you change it again to go back to its normal. It will look like this. After sewing, it will look like this one. After sewing, it will look like that. Then you bring your shirt. The same thing we did on the smaller placket is the same thing we are going to do on this one. You cut off the unwanted blades. Then you get your chalk. You measure again. Half an inch up to the collar. You get your bigger blanket, you make it enter, and you come back here, you cut off this unwanted part like this and this. You bring it again, you enter it from the half an inch you measured, you mark here on this side. I'm going to show you why we have marked there. After that, you come to your machine, and as I had told you before, you don't sew from here, from the starting point. You start a little bit down, or half an inch from the starting point. You leave a half an inch above, half an inch, and you start from here, below the collar, and you come. Thank you for watching my YouTube channel, and you don't forget to subscribe. This is how our collar is going to look like. This is how our collar is looking like. You keep on sewing like this. Up to here. And after sewing all that part, you come back here. Remember here, I told you leave a half an inch from the starting point. Then after sewing all these parts, you come back here, you fold it very well, and you sew, and you change your shirt like this, and sew up where we had not sewed, like this. After sewing that part, this is how our collar and a blanket will be looking, as you see. That's how they will be look like. After all that, our collar and a blanket, they will be like this. And our next is to put on a pocket on our shirt, or to put on this pocket on our shirt. we get our tape measure like this. We measure 2 meters, 2 inches, sorry, 2 inches from the bracket, 2 inches from our bracket. This is our bracket. We measure 2 inches from it. And now this one is our pocket, a shirt pocket. This is our pocket, and in my next video I will show you how we put on the smaller pockets, these ones. I will show you how we put them on my next video. And after that, after measuring 2 inches from our bracket, 2 inches from it, you come and start on. Do you see this line, this one? It's where our pocket must meet. The line and the pocket must meet. They must be on the same line, like so. Start sewing. Moving down as you're watching. Don't forget to subscribe on my YouTube channel. After all that, our pocket will look like this. This is how our pocket will be looking.